Just waking up from a nice dream. Bitcoin pumping on a live stream. Smile shine brighter than a high beam. Ever seen life trading on a widescreen? Bitcoin showing you the steps to own it. We got the alpha, I bet you want it. I'm having fun to send a lecture on it. Randy, put a little extra on it.
It's mutable and decentralized. No censorship or hard cap supply. It's open source and we classify the blockchain secure, and that's exactly why. It's hard money with a new plan. It bounced a lot like this new jam. The Bitcoin dipped and we ain't gon' trip. I'ma be bullish on you, fam.
I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it. 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 I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Thursday. Oh boy, we got the S&P going up. Bitcoin's just chilling. We got Clarity Act stuff. We have a bunch of news actually to break down for you guys. Even some Bitcoin ETF news. And actually, we're going to dive into Blockchain Academy, guys, brought to you by Uphold. Uphold is great. You guys can go stake on there, get the vault multi-sig, and of course, some education on this podcast. And we're going to talk about Bitcoin versus Bitcoin ETFs. What's the difference? Because I think a lot of people kind of get lost in the sauce there. We also just have things we need to cover. So without further ado, make sure you guys smash like, subscribe, share this out with friends so more people know what's going on here. We have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers, a subscriber goal of 26,050. Let's continue to pump it up, get after it. And say good morning to me as I say good morning to you. Again, check out our two amazing sponsors, Cake Wallet and Uphold. Cake Wallet's absolutely killing it right now. Especially because there's a lot of controversy in the Lightning Network community right now, but Cake Wallet's always got you covered. Hi, Thirsty Aztec. Thank you for the hat and mustache over on TikTok. I appreciate you guys. Again, please say good morning to me as I say good morning to you. I'm going to quickly go through these comments and say hello. Yes, we are bright today. How are you guys feeling about the pink? I really like this shirt. Personally, I really like this shirt, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. Louise said, here we go. Yes, here we go. We got Jesse, Mike Volmer, Silver Days. We got Doge Bull over here. Jesse said, Pamp the likes. Oh, I didn't see that super chat. Thank you very much. I see it now on my chat over here on this screen and then that screen, that screen. Who else we got? We got Black Hat. Oops, I lost my place. You guys are chatting it up this morning. Poe, Bobby Flash, Eddie Kane is here. Chipper, Cool Cat Cosmos, Ray is here. Rob C likes the dress, the shirt. Thank you. John Legend, good morning. Jody, good morning. John White. Who else? Julie is in here. Good morning, Julie. Peace. All right, guys, let's get after it. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, Alexandra G is here. Okay, we got a crowd. We got some beautiful people in this chat. Good morning. I see White Blue Eye. Terry, good morning. Everyone, good morning. If you want a personal GM from me, make sure you guys comment my name in all caps and get mad at me so I can see it. Jimmy, good morning. If you guys are on TikTok, please go on YouTube. But also, we are about 40 followers away from 20,000 followers on TikTok. So please make sure you go and follow if you haven't yet and if you're joining the stream. It seems like I really bothered people yesterday with some of my tweets. I'll get into that in just a moment. But let's go into the recap really quick. We got some gainers and losers today. The market's pretty mundane. We're still at 64K Bitcoin. Momentum is going up. Hopefully we go over that zero line. Also, money flow is going up. RSI is continuing to fiddle around this neutral mode. We'll see how far we go. Guys, I shouldn't laugh. But it's so funny when I trigger people, guys. Breaking news. Let's go. Breaking news. The boomers got mad at me yet again. It's so crazy how people are saying that Gen Z is entitled, and certain people that are saying Gen Z is entitled they're living in mansions in Dubai, and trying to push scam meme coins. So don't even come after me, okay? I was just dying at some comments that I got. But guys, Gen Z, what people don't realize is Gen Z is paying a lot more bills. Like when my parents were in their 20s and in their teen years, they weren't paying for internet bills. They weren't paying for cell service, okay? That's just like one of the many costs that we have as Gen Z. My friends would not be employed if they did not have a cell phone, okay? And to say that we don't need cars is absolutely ridiculous depending on where you live, because I have friends that don't work in the city. They're outside the city. They have to take a highway to get to work. They can't bike to work, okay? Like, it's just ridiculous. And I think, like, even they kind of made a lot of roads so people couldn't bike, and then they forced people into public transit that does not serve majority of people. So yeah, Gen Z incurs a lot of bills that people did not have beforehand, and people really don't think about that. Plus inflation, like the average house is ridiculously expensive. Even in Tampa specifically, there are people that were born and raised here that cannot afford to live here anymore. And that's just the way it goes, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean that Gen Z isn't at a major disadvantage, because we are in a lot of ways. But that doesn't mean a lot of people can't act out, just kind of man up a little bit. I do agree that Gen Z is a little bit fragile with their emotions. But again, we do have a lot of disadvantages, and especially with the rise of AI, and a lot of people getting laid off from jobs that they would have had, but AI is already taking them. So I would just like to say my piece on that. But seems like I stirred the pot big time on social media with this post. And if you guys, want to go check that out, go ahead. Yeah, inflation, taxes, just everything rising and rising and rising. Yeah, it's crazy. Isn't Florida doing away with property tax? Maybe, we don't know yet. And even if they do, apparently the proposed rule, depending on who you speak to, is like, oh, you could have no property taxes if you've lived in Florida for over like X amount of years. So I guess it really depends, but not really. And also, people are telling me like, oh, get ground beef and eggs. Dude, I was looking at a pack of 6 eggs that were $8. For 6 eggs, not even a full darn dozen. And then you're looking at ground beef that's over $10 for a pack of ground beef. Miss me with that BS, okay? Someone say, I'm a millennial, and I agree. Exactly, bro. Like, miss me with the interest rates, dude. Like, miss me with that. Like, I just think it's ridiculous how ignorant some people are as to how Gen Z is surviving right now. The dream of home ownership is on the decline. And you're telling me that Gen Z is just privileged and entitled? Crazy, okay? Every tax has gone up. Okay, people like my parents were not paying the bills that Gen Z has to pay right now. So stop. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. The ignorance is through the roof, But anyways, let's besides Gen Z and my rant about how we're just 6 eggs for what? Freaking $8. I'm not even joking. I will go show you because I literally got bothered. Okay, let me show you something. Let me go on. Where can I go look at a grocery store? DoorDash. Okay, let's go on DoorDash. Let's go on Sprouts Market. Okay, that's a grocery store. Get this, 21% off. It's a sale. For, let me make sure my phone's on Do Not Disturb. Okay, here's eggs. Vital Farms Organic Pasture Raised Grade A eggs. This is a 6-pack, guys. 6-pack of eggs. It's on sale for about $8. It's on sale for $8. The original price is $9.49 for a 6 count of eggs. You're telling me that it's $1.25 a freaking egg. That's what you're telling me. Okay? And you're saying, oh, Gen Z is just entitled. No, Gen Z is paying $8 for 6 freaking eggs. 6 eggs. Like, I just want you to know it's astronomical. For 2 pounds of rice, 2 pounds of rice is $5.50. for 2 pounds of rice. And someone said DoorDash is crazy to buy eggs. No, it says it's in-store pricing. That's why I'm reading it to you, because it literally says in-store price. So it's the same as if I went and walked in that store right now. $7.49 for eggs. 6. You're paying over $1 per egg. Oh, but Gen Z isn't at a disadvantage. Or what? What? Okay. And I mean, if you want any other grocery prices, let me know. And again, because this all says in-store price. In-store price. So I'll tell you. I'll tell you what we're paying for things. And the person that's coming after me is like living in a mansion in Dubai because of meme coins. Okay, let's stop. So yeah, I just think it's really wrong. It's really wrong. And if you get a 10-ounce ribeye steak, it's $20. Not even cooked. Okay, like this is bad. This is bad. Don't tell me that Gen Z is entitled, because we're not. We actually have to deal with a lot more bills than you did when you were younger. If you are over the age of 60. And again, one of my parents is over the age of 60, so I know and I understand. Okay, thank you. Now, let me go ahead and dive into besides the inflation and Gen Z is in the rabbit hole beats, let's dive into the S&P 500 and talk about what is going on right now, because this is the psychological warfare too. Is like they're like, "Oh, well, all the money is leaving crypto and going into the S&P. The S&P absorbed the crypto money." That, like, you could twist it to say that, but at the same time, like, people are just rolling through. And you can't say that the stock market isn't inflated either, because it definitely is. There's a lot of collusion going on over there. So take a look. The S&P has gained 3% this month, adding roughly $2.1 trillion in market cap. Again, they're saying, oh, it took crypto's money. So it's such craziness. And pushing its total value to a record $70.5 trillion with its price at 7,723 points. The NASDAQ 100 and Dow Jones are, they're buoyant. Wall Street, by every measure, is in full risk-on mode. Oh, wow. And everyone's saying, oh, yeah, it's because it's AI, it's this, it's the war, it's this. Bitcoin is doing exactly what it usually does. Exactly. And people are always trying to make up excuses as to why Bitcoin dips, as if this doesn't happen on a normal basis, okay? And on top of that, we do have the whole Bitcoin ETF stuff, which I will get into actually in tandem with Blockchain Academy. So I'm actually going to hold the Bitcoin ETF news. Internationally, though, what a lot of people have been discussing over the past 24 hours is Russia, because Putin has said many times that he's a fan of Bitcoin, particularly because it is censorship resistant. You can't necessarily stop Bitcoin. We've heard a lot of things in Russia, whether they were going to stop Bitcoin mining or coming after people for Bitcoin mining, illegal Bitcoin trading. I would say a lot of that is hearsay, because you just really don't know the truth of what happens in other countries, especially when our media gets infiltrated the way it has. And so Russia is actually getting ahead of crypto laws, farther ahead than the US, that we may not pass Clarity Act unless it gets passed by tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day before the boomers go to touch grass. And then what happens then? Midterm. So political. We might not get clarity. But Russia's like one-upping us right now. I think Putin's like, Clarity Act might not pass. Let's drop this bomb right now. Theoretical news bomb. Anyways, see, it's like you can't even say things because the world is so crazy right now. Russian President Vladimir Putin has signed a law creating a regulatory framework for crypto markets in Russia. He signed Bill number 1194918-8, titled On Digital Currencies and Digital Rights, into law on Tuesday. And so this is from the state Duma, Russia's lower house of parliament. And the legislation establishes rules for crypto market participants, including exchanges, brokers, custodians, and other crypto service providers. Sorry. The law requires crypto exchange operators to meet the regulatory requirements and join a financial market self-regulatory organization. It limits retail investors to buying approved crypto assets through intermediaries with an annual cap of about $3,700 US per intermediary. Qualified investors would be allowed to purchase any crypto without such restrictions. So again, would we agree with this law? Maybe not. But did Russia put the pen to paper? Yes, they did. And core provisions of the law take effect on September 1st, while some measures, including rules for non-resident digital depositories, would take effect July of next year. The law also maintains a ban on using crypto assets to pay for goods and services inside Russia. So again, they did take a stance. Might change to one up the US yet again. What I could see Russia doing easily is being like, oh, the US, they might let people transact with crypto. Let's just do that first. So they're already like one step ahead in one way or another. But not that I agree with what they're doing. But at the end of the day, they did go and put that out there. So that's what's going on in Russia. That's what everyone was freaking out about on X. Scampy says, thanks for the info. That's why I'm here, bud. Of course, I got you. I got you guys. Also, what's going on with Clarity? Let me dive into that real quick. So Cynthia Lummis was a big proponent of crypto, the Bitcoin Act, so the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, also Clarity. She posted this 1-minute clip from her Fox hit on X, and I'm going to play it. If you guys are on TikTok, then please go to YouTube. The link is in my bio. You'll see the live stream, and you can watch this clip. So essentially, she put out this post saying, I believe we will get a vote on Clarity before the August recess. Again, they have today and tomorrow to go get that done. She continues to say she wants to get people on the record after 11 months of negotiating with Dems and adding 300 plus pages to the bill at their request. It's just time to get people on the record. Again, when you have 300 plus page bills, I thought this was what DOGE was working on when Donnie T first got elected. Like, why do we got 300 plus pages on this bill? Why don't we just say in bullet points, this is what we're doing? And that way we're honest and transparent and everyone understands we're all on the same page. When you get 300 plus pages, it's very hard to have people understand what you're doing. Is that intentional? We don't know. Here's what Cynthia Lummis has to say.
We're leading the charge on the Clarity Act. Wyoming Senator Cynthia Lummis back with us. She's the chairwoman of the Senate Subcommittee on Digital Assets. And Senator, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure, Maria. Good morning.
Where does it stand right now? When we were together the last time, you said you're hoping that you could actually get this passed before you all leave for recess, which is supposed to be this Friday.
Maria, I don't think we'll be leaving on Friday. I think we'll go into the weekend. There are other bills in addition to the Clarity Act that we need to take votes on before we leave for the August recess. And Clarity is one of those bills. So I do believe that we will get a vote on the Clarity Act and get people on the record. After 11 months of negotiating with Democrats and adding 300 plus pages to the bill at their request, it's just time to get people on the record.
Well, that's right.
Such a savage she is. Such a savage. But yeah, no, I agree with her. Like we have been going through a little bit too much to get Clarity done. And hopefully it does. Hopefully like we get some sort of clarity. But I call it clarity schmarity because it's a little schmarity. Someone said they honestly doubt it'll pass. I mean, listen, bro, like this is politics for you. Like we just got like one side here, the other side here, both sides amount to nothing. And then like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What's happening? That's the question on everybody's mind. And I do hope we get an answer sometime soon. But honestly, we'll see what happens with Clarity. If she says they go into the weekend, I would be very surprised because, again, I'm sure these people, these senators are running for the door right now because that means if they run for the door, they don't have to answer more questions from all of us. But that would mean they would have to get a vote done when Liz Warren is still writing letters to the manager, a.k.a. Donnie T and the SEC. Anyways, let's politics is slow, too many breaks. I know that, that's I think something needs to change in the US. And I do think that like checks and balances are very important, but we should be able to expedite certain issues. Especially something like crypto that is like really important to the economy and the global economy at this point. We'll see. And of course, there's the cold card psyop that's going on right now where I'm continuously seeing posts on X from cold card creator NVK that just was basically confessing to his crimes, saying, oh, you know, if someone wanted to do a bug in this way, then it would just destroy self-custody. Like everything that this man said, oh, this would destroy, like it's exactly what cold card did, like to the actual word. Like it's insane. It's insane. Like and everyone like likes to comment things now. Like hindsight is 2020, obviously. Like everyone is seeing what a debauchery this was. And I hope that now we're doing the proper investigations into everybody from every company, every angle to know that we won't get scammed in the future again. And again, just because cold card messed up doesn't mean everybody messed up. Okay, doesn't mean self-custody is dead. The whole notion of being your own bank is very much alive and well. And again, we have to stop looking at it from a first world perspective. There are other people in other countries that have 1 to 3 day trips to a bank, and just being able to connect to the internet and have a wallet and transacting with no intermediaries and no censorship and no abundant fees, that is very important to people outside of the US and outside of these first world countries. Bitcoin and crypto blockchain is a revolutionary technology that breaks generational wheels. So cold card is not stopping us cold in our tracks. We are not frozen here. We are a very much a live industry that is going to continue to keep going. It's great that cold card happened now, so we get them out of the way and we're done with them. And I really do hope there's some way to make it up to the users that lost a lot of their money. And some people that were OGs in the space got wiped out because they were gaslit by a certain group of people to be, in this cold card. Which again, like you're not expected to know these things. Oh, because you had this one wallet generate one recovery phrase. Oh, you can't use that because you didn't roll the dice. What the actual like... That's crazy. Like, don't go and re-gaslight people. Oh, you have to have this wallet. Oh, but you didn't do it right. Stop. Excuses. We're over the excuses. Like, it's okay. Like, we know what happened here. We know what the issue was. Now let's get up and move on. Okay, let's make sure this doesn't happen again. I think that's the most important thing here. So don't say self-custody is dead, because it's not. Were they open source? Not really. Yes and no. They basically took one of Trezor's original codes, added their little tweaks to it, tried to actually I forgot what the term is, but they tried to basically close it legally and say that people weren't able to use their tech. But basically they took Trezor's code, changed it, tweaked it, and messed it up, is essentially what they did. And so they actually like closed that part so people couldn't really look too deep into it. So that's basically what happened there. And it's really messed up. And I don't know why they did that. And that's why it's just like, we had Trezor from the beginning. We still have Trezor. Their stuff is 20% off. Again, you could go and pick one up, but of course, do your research on everything that you are doing right now. And this, again, is another option that's long-standing and does not have the same issues as everyone else. So go ahead and look at Trezor. If you want to pick one up, go ahead, but of course, always do your own research. Cold card exploits. Again, this is the psychological warfare of, oh no, now self-custody is dead. And oh, let's just guess like the entire industry that's pioneering being their own bank to let them think that maybe they shouldn't be their own bank. According to analysts, this is what's happening. That the cold card exploit could boost demand for regulated Bitcoin exposure, meaning ETFs. The cold card exploit, which saw investors' Bitcoin drained from their cold wallets, highlights the risks some investors face with self-custody and could bolster demand for spot ETFs and be positive for some crypto-related equities. Again, this is good for the banks, not for you. Investment bank Cantor said the breach can reinforce the appeal of publicly traded crypto firms linked to institutional adoption. Now, it says that the exploit could drive these cold card users toward custody services such as Robinhood, Coinbase, BitGo, Bullish, eToro, Gemini through increased customer inflows. And according to a little note that was written to clients from Nico Pasquariello, a digital asset specialist, he says, The read-through is second order, but we would expect the token flows to custodians and exchanges will increase following the hack. That's what a lot of people are doing. And honestly, when they're scared, I don't blame them. But again, that's why they need to do their research. And it's just really sad that this is what is going on here. And self-custody is not dead, guys. We need self-custody more than ever. People don't remember that the banks are currently failing. They don't have proof of reserves on the banks. And we had over 5 bank failures in 2023. We continue to have bank failures every year. But the media does not tell you that. Because if they did, just like in 2023, you'd see a lot of people take millions and billions out of the bank on a daily basis. The volume was insane. And they were moving money into crypto, into self-custody, because they knew it was the only way they could truly have access to their money without anybody debanking them. Debanking is still an issue. I don't know if you guys know that. And there are people that work in AML right now that are still getting orders, you know? I speak to these people like I find people, and I know what's really going on, and it's sad. And I asked somebody that was like part of AML and doing debanking, and I asked them the question. And I was like, why? Don't you think it's wrong? Like, can't you guys like say something as a collective and say like, you know, this is wrong. You shouldn't be debanking people. And his response was, I'm just doing my job. Like when you're in an economy, because he's like, I can't find another job, because there are no job openings. So when you're in a position like that, people are forced to go into it. It's like every movie ever where it's like you have the government and the people rebelling against the government, and then the people that are part of the government are like, man, I don't know what else to do because I have to pay for my bills and provide for my family, and how am I going to live? It's literally the same thing going on right now, where people don't agree with what they're doing, but they feel like they have to because there's no other way for them to provide. Like that is the corner that they want us to be pushed in, and it's wild. It's every movie ever. And when I was told this by somebody last weekend, I was just continuously mind blown. So just wanted to share that with you. So let's talk about Bitcoin ETFs really quick. We're going to hop into Blockchain Academy. I have a really cute graphic for you guys. And I want you guys to tell me if you like graphics or whiteboard or both, because I'm kind of like experimenting right now. But let me know. Blockchain Academy is coming at you. What is holding Bitcoin versus a Bitcoin ETF? Let's do it. All right, guys, Blockchain Academy, welcome. What is a Bitcoin ETF? Well, first, we always see headlines like this. Bitcoin ETFs are pulling in $244 million, a 3-day inflow streak tops $626 million. Oh boy, oh gee. So again, there's a lot of people are saying the reason why people are flowing into ETFs is because they are worried about self-custodying their Bitcoin. Though Uphold has a solution with their vault, and they give you multi-sig and help you out if you lose one of your 3 keys. But essentially, what is Bitcoin holding it in self-custody? That means you have the keys, you have full ownership, and you actually hold the Bitcoin. You have the coins basically in your pocket, just like, you know, your physical wallet and the money in your wallet, it's in your pocket, versus an ETF, where it's basically like, hey, this is a fund, or yeah, basically this asset, this fund that you're buying into, they hold the Bitcoin, and you just get exposure to the Bitcoin. You own a share of this ETF, and an ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund. So basically, Bitcoin is you holding it, you're in control of the money, versus an ETF where you're trading that on an open market like the stock market. So self-custody is you being your own bank. Spot Bitcoin ETF, and you guys can screenshot this, is access via stock market, but you don't have the actual control over your funds. Now, we could also do another Blockchain Academy next week on spot Bitcoin ETF versus futures Bitcoin ETFs, and we could dive into the difference of that. But basically, the ETF is holding the Bitcoin and tracking the current value versus futures, which is something different. And I could break that down for you. But I try to get this to the simplest way possible. And look how cute this came out. Oh, look how adorable. Hold on, let me move myself out of the way. So if you guys want to take a screenshot of that, go ahead. I thought this was really simple and to the point. But yeah, I really liked how this graphic came out. Graphic of the whiteboard. Perhaps. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like I got some hate on my handwriting. So I'm like, darn, man. Darn, I don't know whether to go to the whiteboard or the graphics or both. Maybe I'll stick to both. But I felt like this was so clean and easy for you to read, and like you can screenshot that, and it's so cute. So yeah, that is basically it. We need. Sorry, my allergies are killing me today. We need an apple on the desk. You know what? I should have an apple, like one of those fake apples, but then I would throw it. I would probably throw it at some point. Nothing on my desk is safe. Okay. Um. You can't see the screen. I know you have to go to YouTube, friend. Please go to youtube.com/MissTeenCrypto to see videos and graphics and all the things. Brokerage fees with ETFs, because there are technically fees on exchanges too, but we could actually go into brokerage fees. I have to write that down. That might, hold on. That's actually a really good topic. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, hold on. Fees on ETFs versus buying on an exchange. I feel like that is a good topic. Okay. Okay, thank you guys for that. Beautiful. I have a phone on my desk. That's Apple. Yeah, I guess this is an Apple. This is an Apple on my desk. But yeah, guys, this is bring back overhead projectors. I used to love the projectors in school, dude. I used to love those. I used to love how they used to draw on the paper and it would project to the wall. Thank you, Redacted. Hello, everybody. Thank you again for being here. I appreciate it. Hope you guys liked the shirt, the pop. I really want to get more bright colors, so I'll work on that. But yeah, we're going to continue to get after it. Just a reminder, though, if I am hosting a Bitcoin 101 at Bitcoin Asia, I'll show you the website, and you can see I'm on a panel on day 1, and the Bitcoin 101 is on day 2. But if you want to go get passes, this is where you go. Please enter code Randy for 10% off your ticket. It's also a way to support the channel. So go ahead and go get your ticket for Bitcoin Asia. Also, again, you could go ahead and check the schedule. Where's the schedule? So I think it's around 1 p.m. Where am I? I'm somewhere over here. I have to go check my email again, but I am on the schedule somewhere for, is this day 1? Yeah, it's somewhere. I'm going to be on a panel somewhere on day 1. And then day 2 on the open source stage, I will be doing a Bitcoin 101. So I have to go check my email and get the full details, but you'll see me on there. But yeah, we're going to keep getting after it. We have a lot of panels. We have things going on, and I'm very excited for it. It's going to be such a great time. And yeah, so please make sure you are there. You can even see so maybe I got my times wrong. 1 p.m. on the second day, you have your Bitcoin 101 brought to you by moi. And I'm hoping to get this recorded. I'm working on that, so that way I could post it for you. And it's going to be obviously a little bit more Bitcoin centric than my other ones. So I'm very excited. Very excited. But thank you guys so much for being here. I don't know if you guys have smashed a like yet. Please smash a like, subscribe, and share out this podcast because we have so much going on. And we have a lot that we've been covering that's been a little bit heavy lately. The space has been very crazy as of late, but I'm trying to break this down to you in the most simple way possible and stick to the fundamentals of the space. And it's really important to me that we stick to what Satoshi envisioned for the space. And I think what a lot of people are trying to do now is to distract you and change the original idea of what is Bitcoin, what is blockchain, how it should be functioning, and how we should be utilizing the technology. And granted, this is a permissionless space, so we can't give people permission. But that doesn't mean that we can't follow the vision that was intended. And I think being your own bank, having peer-to-peer money that cannot be controlled is the most important thing in this day and age, okay? So that's all I really want to stress to you guys is I will stick to the fundamentals of this lovely space. And Satoshi's vision, I mean, look at the white paper. Look at the white paper. The white paper really lays out a lot of being your own bank, having censorship-resistant money. I'm very much a fundamentalist when it comes to that, and I truly believe in what we're doing here and how this space will move going forward. So again, I do have some things I'm going to take care of. I did go to the mall yesterday to try to, I did a vlog. I don't know if it's worth posting, but I will post it. I got mad at Big Fashion yesterday because I could not find one red dress in any store that was in this mall, and I was absolutely bewildered by that. Also, we're going to talk about inflation. I could literally rant for an hour because I went into multiple stores yesterday to buy it, and I was looking at dresses, business clothes. Tell me why a dress that is basic dress is at $150 and it's made of 98% plastic, polyester. You're telling me I should be paying $150 for a dress that is mostly plastic and could go up in flames in a hot second? Makes you think, why is everything in polyester? It's not even a crappy mall. I see what you're saying. It's not even a bad mall. It's not. It's a very actually good mall with great stores in there that you would think you go into these stores, it's supposed to be high quality stuff. But darn it, it's not. I'm like, dude, come on. Come on. And then if you go shopping on freaking Amazon, then you're not actually getting what you're looking at, and it's still 100% plastic. Why not a red blouse? Because the reason is because I have to dress to impress in red, and it's a very nice venue, so it's like you have to get a nice red dress, and that is the struggle. So yeah, I'm sad. I'm devastated by the fashion industry. Big fashion, I am wowed because I went into one store where I saw this one dress, and I was like, that's a nice dress, okay. Then I go into another store, see the same exact dress, just a different color, same exact design. Big fashion. You're making me think. Tinfoil hats going on, okay? But anyway, enough about my fashion rants. Thank you guys so much for being here. Smash the like, subscribe, and share. I will be back tomorrow. I'm recording interviews all day for foundations, and you guys are going to love the next guest that we're going to have on foundations. I will continue to be posting on that YouTube channel as well. But we are going to continue getting after it. Thank you guys so much. And we are going to continue to keep going huddle on. So you will see me live again on Monday. I will continue to post videos, obviously, today and throughout the weekend, and record a bunch of interviews and do important meetings between today and tomorrow. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Please smash the like, subscribe, and share this out with friends. Have a beautiful day. Happy Thursday, and I will see you guys later. Mwah. Bye.